President Trump had sought concessions across the board, whether it is agriculture, whether it is manufacturing, whether it is services, and so on. Obviously, we have our reservations on the agriculture front, particularly. Now, the United States has imposed 50% tariffs, I think, from the 27th of August. My sense is, going by what is happening internationally, I think minds in the current US administration would have been focused by the television and other images of Prime Minister Narendra Modi, the Chinese President Xi Jinping, and also the Russian President Vladimir Putin in China for the SCO summit. So to some extent, my guess, again, it's a guess because I'm not in government anymore, is that within the US administration, I'm talking about the current administration, there may be a little bit of a rethink that perhaps they could allow India to retain some of the protection that it reserves for agriculture. As you know, the European Union also has various forms of protection for agriculture within the European Union. So taking everything into account, both the strategic and the economic sides, in this case, I think the strategic is also weighing upon US thinking. Hopefully, we will have some kind of convergence where the two sides are able to resume trade on a ex ante basis. That means before these tariffs came on. I think that is the best scenario I can think of. As you know, that pharmaceutical products and IT services and other services are exempt on both sides from any change from the past. Let's hope for the other products too, we go back to what the situation was earlier. I think the harsh words, things like India is a dead economy and so on, do somehow sour up the atmosphere. But with due respect to the high position of the US president, I have to say that President Trump has not been very, should we say, let alone diplomatic, not even temperate in the way he has used language. So that does leave a certain amount of suspicion, maybe too strong a word, maybe reservations, strong reservations in India, not just in official circles, even in other circles. At the end of the day, all political parties in India have to take into account public sentiment, and the sentiment in urban areas and those who read and write also weigh upon the government's actions. To that extent, I don't think we have a situation in which we can go straight away back to the usual US-India or relations, or even, I think, more broadly, the West's relations with India, because, as you know, the European Union has been critical about India buying oil from Russia. And I don't want to get back to those details that the EU buys gas from Russia. So there has been a little bit of, I'll use a harsh word, hypocrisy on the part of the US and the European Union about our economic dealings with Russia having increased post the sanctions on Russia after their invasion of Ukraine.